Hey team, this is Coach Travis, Coach Erik, and Coach Hill here. How are the 15 UB girls doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing well. The focus is going to be on defenseman breakout skills. Same thing as last time. It's going to be about an 8-minute video. Pay attention to the banners. You're going to be muted, but you can type in any comments you want on, ready to go. And then we'll do the question and answers, and we're going to kind of stop and start kind of at the end with some kind of items that we want to focus on, some key points. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Erik, Coach Erik, real quick, if he wants to say anything, and then if not, we'll get started.
No, I'll just say a couple just quick things here, girls, that, hey, like I said, last week, sure missed seeing you all at the rink, but, do your best. We're trying to, get you engaged in hockey, get you thinking about a few things, even though we're not together at the rink. But, I would just say this, if you've got a garage or a basement or something, find 20 minutes, at least 3-4 days a week. You don't have to be out in the garage for hours on end, but find 20 to maybe 30 minutes, work on some stick handling, work on some shooting, backhands, forehands, snapshots, whatever. But find some time to just do a little bit of work, get you a little bit of exercise while we got some downtime here, and also work on that hockey skills, some of those hockey skills when we get back to the ice. I forgot to mention that to you girls last time, but hopefully girls are finding a few minutes to work on a few things here outside of the rink.
All right. Hey, Coach Erik, Coach Travis, just to remind everybody, this is Coach Hill here, that you can put your comments into the YouTube chat. We'll get to see them here. Coaches can see every comment, but we'll choose to bring certain ones up onto the screen as you go through. We'll monitor that throughout. Also, keep in mind, we'll ask you some questions at the end, and when we want you to type in your answers. Coaches, I'll let you know, we're up to 14 viewers here. That's a new record for the Coaches Show here. So without further ado, awesome. Coach Erik, Coach Travis, would you like to go into the video?
Yes,
would you like to go to the video now?
Let it roll. Excellent attendance.
Here we go.
To say thanks for all the views on the Winger breakout skills video. This one should tie it together. This is breakout skills for defensemen. So generally, we talk about 5 main breakout options or skills a defenseman should know, and that's the quick up, the over, the wheel, the reverse, and rim. There's more than that, of course, but those are just the 5 main ones. And we could go into in much deeper detail, but I don't want to get these much more than 10 or 15 minutes. So we'll go through it here and try to cover off a bunch of information just within these videos. So the first one is just quick up. Ottawa player here goes back and picks up that puck and just turns it up ice and gets it going. So it gets back to the puck, shoulder check, surrounds it, gets it going up ice. The one thing we want to just touch on with that is retrieval speed. In practice, in the games, make sure your defensemen are going back hard for the puck, looking over their shoulder and trying to minimize the time. By getting back quick, they can get it turned and get going up ice a lot quicker. If your defensemen are just gliding back for the puck, that's something you should address and get them sprinting back for it. Second one is over. This one has actually a really good clip. It starts with the goalie stopping a puck and passing it to his defenseman. And that's a really good way to start drills or incorporate that into some of your drills you're running. Have a coach dump a puck in so the goalie has to stop it and make a pass to the defenseman or to the winger or center or whatever you want to do with it. Just gets the goalies incorporated and gets them some reps on stopping rim pucks and getting their eyes up and moving that puck to an area. So this one kind of starts with a lot of good components in it. There's generally just you see a lot more banks just because guys are playing their strong side. This one, it's a backhand bank to the partner. This one, he goes to the centerman. So off of a D to D over, you can hit centerman, you can hit winger, whatever. Doesn't matter as long as your forwards know the pattern and the routes, and that's something to work on in practice too. Not that you want to be practicing the breakout all the time. You want to be practicing components of it. So you can just work with defensemen working on hitting that center swing so they can get their timing right, different things like that. And then the wheel. There's quite a bit involved in the wheel. I'm only going to touch on some of it, but a defenseman, again, has to sprint back to that puck, read pressure, know who's coming, and make a decision from there. So going up the middle, I know there's some coaches that, again, some old school guys never want a player skating up the middle. You got to read it, whether you have pressure or not. Here, Keith has no pressure, and he just gets to the middle of the ice. And what's beneficial about being in the middle of the ice is you have numerous passing lanes depending on where your players are. So if you were over on the boards, you have to pass back across traffic and through the middle, which is usually when pucks get picked off and taken away. So I always try to get the young defensemen to, when they go down to retrieve a puck, try to take a read on what kind of pressure they have and where the lanes are open. And if they have the ability to come up between the dots, and it just gives them more puck passing options. Not always the case, so you have to take what's available on a wheel. If you have pressure on you, you got to go find the holes and get moving with it. So this is an example of that. This one, he's got tight pressure on him. He's got a checker right on him. If that checker follows you behind the net, that's usually a good time to put it in gear and go for a wheel. So he gets outside the dots and goes right down the wall based on pressure. Then go into the reverse. So you can see here, he's got his head on a swivel. He's looking across, seeing where his partner is, making a read, checking who's behind him. Nice little reverse into an area. So reverse, fairly simple. So this one's a rim. Player just gets that puck, sees he has pressure on him, throws it all the way around, and then winger comes down and makes a play on it. And that's what transitions directly into the winger skills video that I have on the channel too. Those two things coming together in order to get pucks out under pressure. And rule of thumb too is keep the puck moving. Don't change directions of it. So if your forwards know that when defensemen have a bunch of pressure on them, they can't make a play with it, that the puck is just going to continue the way that it's actually going. So this one, Phillips chases this puck down and just keeps it moving. It's easier to keep that puck moving the direction it's going than switching directions of it. One more I'm just going to add in here too is just off the breakout using the weak side defenseman. So in this one, I think it's number 4 here. So the puck is in a scrum. Chicago gets control of it, and number 4 is activated and going up ice. He's already in the mentality to be part of the rush right from net front. The player that's checking him is down here. So when you think about numbers, offensive numbers going down the ice, this is where the defensemen really need to be aware how to get into the play right from the front of their net. Puck comes across, just joins the rush. Another example of it here. And one thing to watch and keep an eye on here is always having a target and always being ready for the puck. A lot of young players in this position would be skating with their stick about waist height and not in an athletic position ready to catch that puck or be an option. always being an option for defensemen on the breakout is absolutely crucial. How many options that this player has with the puck just absolutely makes a breakout much easier, where this is about the one guy that isn't an option right here. But if he swings into an area where he's an option, players without the puck always have to be moving and ready to receive that pass. So it goes up to the winger, back to the weak side D in net front, and really good breakout. So hopefully that paints a picture of some of the skills that the D are using on the breakout. And like I said earlier, don't concentrate too much on the whole picture of the breakout. Break it down into little chunks, so defensemen and wingers get higher reps of plays that are representative to the game. So whether a defenseman starting a shooting drill where the defenseman just has to skate in from the ringette line, pick up a puck and hit the centerman, or pick up the winger and then join, anything, just be creative with your drill making so it's high reps. A lot of coaches just will dump a puck in behind the net. 3 forwards, 2 defensemen will go back and do one breakout and skate all the way down the ice and take a shot, and then they don't get another rep for 2 minutes while the other groups go. So just concentrate on doing station work and getting high reps of those the parts of the breakout, not just the whole of the breakout. I hope that helps.
Hey team, thanks a lot for watching. There are 5 really types of breakouts for defensemen, and it's important for the wingers and centers to know what these are so that they can recognize them as well right away. The first one he talked about was the quick up. That's where the defenseman gets the puck and just turns and goes up ice, boom, right away. The over is the second one. That's just a quick pass over. So that's going to be somebody's going to have to be talking to one another, saying, I'm open, pass it, and that's a quick pass over. The wheel sounds maybe a little confusing, but really think of the wheel as that something that goes really fast. So thinking in your head like a race car or a burnout or whatever you want to think of. But really the wheel is when you are building up speed around that net and you're coming as fast as you can and you're moving up ice, or you're coming as fast as you can and then you're dishing it off to your winger, your center. So the wheel is just gaining that speed. The reverse is going to be you're going one direction, and then you and your player are going to just bank it off the boards, and it's deception. And then the last one is the rim. So the rim is something where, let's say, like the puck gets dumped in the zone. So you turn, you go back to get the puck. It's going around the boards, and that's where you just keep on rimming it all the way up and around. So keep the puck going in the same direction. So those are the 5. When we practice, what we're going to do in January is we practice really well with high intensity at 110%. So when we do these drills, we're doing a breakout drill where we dump the puck in. What we're going to do is we're going to practice, doing the shoulder check real quick and then getting that puck fast, like we're going to get it in the game. So that's kind of just a couple highlights, kind of the intro. So Coach Hill, would you mind going to 2 minutes and 4 seconds? I'd really like to show the team this one. This is a good example of where you want the forwards, the wing and the center, depth-wise. And it's kind of a little bit of a follow-up from our last session, looking at the skate and the stick, is moving up ice. So 204, play that, and then we'll go to the question.
This one, he goes to the centerman. So off of a D to D over, you can hit centerman, you can hit winger, whatever. Doesn't matter, as long as your forwards know the pattern and the routes, and that's something to work on in practice too. Not that you want to be practicing the breakout all the time, you want to be practicing components of it. So you can just work with defensemen working on hitting that center swing so they can get their timing right, different things like that.
All right, stop. Okay, question team. Should the wingers be below, at, or above the hash marks on the breakout? All right, put your answers in.
A review question.
It is a little bit of a review.
Who paid attention last time?
Look at that. So coaches, as they get the answer, questions on there. Should the wingers be below, at, or above the hash marks or on breakout? I do believe we heard this before. A couple quick other check-ins here. It looks like you got number 2, Jaden's here, as well as number 15, 11, 9, 7. That's quite the crew you got going on here. So looking for the answers here as we go up and we look through a little bit here. Again, we're looking for no answers as of the moment, coaches, as we go through. But as we know, there is a time delay from when we ask the question until it actually heads out. So therefore, we have to fill. Coach Erik, I thought you were going to bring us some Jeopardy type music. I think we dropped the ball on that one tonight. So next time as we go through. So we got some answers coming in now.
Excellent.
And it looks like
everyone is spot on.
Here you go.
We really want you below, which means at or that lower hash mark. Exactly right. So that's great. And this really helps out our defensemen too, because when our defensemen are going for that breakout, they know that those wingers are going to be coming screaming over to the boards, and they know right where it's going to be. They know that their sticks are going to be up ice, skates up ice. They'll be hopefully moving forward, towards the defenseman. So really like that. And then our center support. Remember, our center support's going to be low. Our center's going to be below our winger, which seems really, really low. But that's where that center support needs to be. Okay, Coach Hill, let's go to 3 minutes, 55 seconds, if you wouldn't mind. So really on this one, teammates, including the goalie, they should be communicating, to the puck carrier, who's ever carrying the puck, providing information back and forth. You'll notice forward number 18 holds the front of the net, basically stand in front of the net, which I really like, until the defenseman covers. What we don't want to do is we don't want to have the second defenseman go behind the net and follow. Sometimes I'll see where it's 2 defensemen below the goal line. You don't want to do that. So watch this play here, and you'll see that number 18, how he goes in front of the net rather than behind the net. Always keeping one defenseman above the goal line. Okay, go ahead and play it, Coach.
So this is an example of that. This one, he's got tight pressure on him. He's got a checker right on him. If that checker follows you behind the net, that's usually a good time to put it in gear and go for a wheel. So he gets outside the dots and goes right down the wall based on pressure. Then go into the reverse. So
okay, you can stop it there. So just a quick question here, girls. What's beneficial for a D to skate it up the middle? What's beneficial for the D to skate it up the middle? What benefit does that defenseman have by skating the puck up the middle?
Looking for the benefits here. What's beneficial for a D to skate up the middle? Coaches, while we're waiting for this, I know the coach here during that says that some old school coaches think that skating up the middle isn't the smart thing to do. And I remember back when I was playing Pee Wee and Bantam and in high school that my coaches kind of said that. But then when I got into the college game, they said, hey, take that up. I was the defenseman. Let me ask you, Coach Erik, would you say you're an old school coach, or what do you want your girls doing here?
I think it would depend. I don't want you skating up the middle trying to deke or go around somebody up the middle. But if the middle is open, you could definitely take the middle. That's going to give you more options. But don't try and be the last man back stick handling and get your pocket picked, and then they're in for a breakaway. But if it's open, you can take it.
All right, here we go. We have some, last time you said, I'm sorry. Here we go. More places to pass. And coaches, you can see the comments. I'll pull them up slowly. But Coach Travis, if you want to talk through it, we got lots of answers here.
Yeah, excellent. Multiple passing lanes. Coming up the middle is dangerous. You don't want to get in front of Ava in the house. You want to be really careful with that. But if you do have the opportunity to skate it up the middle, then you can go straight, you can go right, you can go left. It gives you more options. When you're coming up the boards, the other team knows, you can only either bank it or go straight up or across. So it's a little bit trickier. So you got it all right. Opens up more passes. That's exactly right.
All right, Coach, I got you queued up for your next one at 4:20.
He's got his head on a swivel. He's looking across, seeing where his partner is, making a read, checking who's behind him. Nice little reverse into an area. So reverse, fairly simple.
Hey, Coach Erik, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
It looks like Coach Travis might have a feed problem going on here. Let's see if we can pull him back in here. Coach Travis.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I'll let you know. We went through here, and if you don't mind, I know because we talked about this with the Pee Wee, with the Pee Wee team here. What we showed was on here very much communicating with your body language, not just yelling and talking, but sometimes you see number 54 here on the clip. Yep. He went and he looked over at his defensive partner, indicated where he was going, made sure he made that eye contact, which is very important with a reverse. Obviously, if you yelled out, reverse, reverse, it kind of takes away the surprise. And so I think that's where you were going. So, Coach Travis, you're back with us now. Did I miss anything?
No, we're good. We're good. I think that looks good. Okay, so question for the team. What's the rule of thumb with a puck direction? So when the puck is going around the boards, what's the general rule of thumb with that puck?
Maybe I should not have put the answer on the screen. That probably would have been better.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll cut to the chase, team. You know, we want to keep it moving in the same direction. I mean, there's times when you can stop it, but in general, if that puck is getting rimmed around the boards, just keep it going in that same direction. Your feet are moving, the puck's moving. It's a lot easier rather than stopping and you come to a dead stop and then you got to recalibrate a little bit. Coach, I'd like to go to 4 minutes, 37 seconds.
Ready to go, Coach.
All right, let's roll it.
Puck sees he has pressure on him, throws it all the way around, and then winger comes down and makes a play on it. And that's what transitions directly into the winger skills.
Stop. So on that one, it doesn't seem like much, but really what I really wanted to show everyone here is that, you know, as a winger, you have to be engaged at all times. So that was a play that was on the other side of the ice in that corner, but at that, you know, that defenseman is going to keep it rimming it going all the way around. So you have to get over to those boards right away. So really it's just, you know, paying attention, you know, reading the play. And then when you get that puck, remember, we have to get it outside of that blue line. That's the most important thing, is get it out of our zone. So if you have to kick it, if you have to hit it with your stick, whatever you have to do, get that puck outside of that blue line, because the other team, then all their players have to come out. So I think I might be losing my feet again here. I'll let you guys take it over for the rest of the call. I'm having some technical difficulty here. Okay, guys?
No problem.
Sure.
Coach Erik, I think you have it here. I'll defer to you as we go through the clips here. If not, I'm happy to jump in. As you said, Coach Travis and I went through this with our boys, so I'm familiar. I also have a script, so that helps too.
Yeah, that helps out. Take it over from here, Coach, and I'll jump in when whenever you need me.
All right, let's look at 525 here. We'll take a look. Here we go.
This one, I think it's number 4 here. So the puck is in a scrum. Chicago gets control of it, and number 4 is activated and going up ice. He's already in the mentality to be part of the rush right from net front. The player that's checking him is down here. So when you think about numbers, offensive numbers going down the ice, this is where the defensemen really need to be aware of how to get into the play right from the front of their net.
All right, so Coach, one thing we see here, this is talking about the activation of the defense or the weak side defenseman, meaning that defenseman is not near the puck. One very key point here is that if you're a defenseman, you want to make sure that puck's going to get out of that zone before you decide to jump up into the play. In this case, we talked about the player that was being checked. The white player in the back here would be who's covering this. So this is an opportunity to get up and get a 3-on-2. However, you have to make sure that puck's going to come out of the blue line. Otherwise, we have a bit of a trouble. We do have one question though here, Coach. I know that we talked about this. Yeah. And Travis, you're here, so why don't you ask the question and talk a little bit. If you lose, we got your back.
Okay, awesome. Question for the team. Okay, here it comes. Who is the third D in our defensive zone? So in our defensive zone, Who's our third D? Type in your answers.
Who is the third defenseman? I'm
The
not sure.
goalie.
I'm not sure your goalie is, but I'm sure that she says and there's 3 defensemen. I would take one,
Yeah.
but as many, all 5. But as we're looking through here, Coach, I think you're going to be happy.
You got it. The center.
Centers.
Exactly. Yep. So in that defensive zone, below the dots. So when I say the dots, the 2 dots, we have to have the center and the defenseman. If that puck goes out to the other D on the blue line, that center cannot chase it out there. That's the winger's job. Because what can happen is that if that center goes up to the blue line, and if that puck comes back down in the corner, now we're out of position. Okay. And then that's when 2-on-1s happen. And then next thing you know, we got Ava's screaming up and down saying, why are my centers up at the wings? It's so okay, cool. You got it all right. Exactly. The center's the third D. Okay. And now let's head to 6 minutes and 3 seconds.
And here we go.
Just wanted to show you this. This will be kind of getting down to the end here. I wanted to show you this because, you always want to be an option for the breakout. You want to have your stick on the ice. You want to be ready. You want to get open. So, you really want to work to get open. Be ready, get open. So if your defenseman has that puck, you want to be scooting around to find that open ice. You don't want to be skating towards somebody. In our defensive zone, when we have the puck, you want to be kind of getting open so that they can pass you the puck. So if you could play that, Coach, that'd be great.
Another example of it here. And one thing to watch and keep an eye on here is always having a target and always being ready for the puck. A lot of young players in this position would be skating with their stick about waist height and not in an athletic position, ready to catch that puck or be an option. Always being an option for defensemen on the breakout is absolutely crucial. How many options that this player has with the puck just absolutely makes a breakout much easier, where this is about the one guy that isn't an option right here. But if he swings into an area where he's an option, players without the puck always have to be moving and ready to receive that pass. So it goes up to the winger.
Stop. Okay, true, false question here. Players without the puck should always be working to get open for a pass. True, false. Players without the puck should always be working to get open for a pass.
Simple T or F will help you get through real fast here, girls. You can type in here just a T or an F. You can type it all out if you want.
Man, Coach, that's a great question, because I think that is one of the most important parts of the game. We talk about what you do with the puck. Yes, that is important, but man, what you do without the puck is every bit as important. Are you an option? Are you open? Are you supporting that puck? All those kinds of things. I think, all these true answers are coming in here. I think the girls know that, but man, girls, that's something to really, really think about. Don't be a puck watcher. Be active, be engaged, be moving, be an option, be supportive. All those things are equally just as important as what someone who has the puck is doing. And I love that question. Great question.
Yeah, that's one of the things that as you play more hockey, what you'll do is and you do this now already, but the best part about playing hockey is what you do away from the puck. Like, how can I sneak over here? How can I go super fast up here to get open? And then the next thing you know is that when you're finding this open ice, don't skate towards the players, skate away from them, skate in that open ice. And the next thing you know, you're going to be getting those passes and those pucks. And then you're going to be looking for that other player to pass to that's working hard to get open, So I really appreciate everything, or all that the team is doing. I mean, you girls are doing really good this year. We're going to get back up and running in January. And I want to turn it over to Coach Erik right now, kind of for some final words, and then also Coach Hill if he has anything else he wants to add. So go ahead, guys.
No, I just want to say thanks again to Coach Hill for helping put this thing together, and especially if you girls missed it, the intro was awesome. Coach Hill's son contributed there too. That I thought that was really, really fun. Throwing a little humor at it here. And also I'll touch on what I started off saying is just find some time, girls. It doesn't have to be every day, but see if you can, hopefully find some time in this downtime to shoot some pucks, stick handle, make little games out of it. Just going in the garage and just shooting pucks against a tarp. Yeah, that's okay. But, make a game out of it. See how many in a row you can get into one corner. I don't know. See if you can stick handle the blindfold on. Like, I don't know. See, turn it into some fun, and you'll be surprised at how quickly that translates over into some positive stuff that's going to happen on ice when we're back together here. So keep working. Miss seeing all you girls. Can't wait to get back at the rink with everybody. And, just want to thank Coach Travis and Coach Hill for helping us get together here virtually a little bit and talk a little hockey. So this has been great.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. I hope that when we do get back to the rink and if we dial back some of our concerns, if we can, I'd be happy to say hello. I'll say hello. Maybe I can check out one of your games on the stream because I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys play as well. With that, coaches, we're going to go ahead and sign off live. If you want to stick around a little bit for a debrief, not live. But just to remind everyone, coaches, I'm sure if you want, you can send out the link. This video will be posted and available if you want to watch it again, or if if any of your teammates missed it, it will live on my YouTube channel, which apparently makes me really cool with my kids that I have a YouTube channel. So they say you have to pound that like button or subscribe or something or other. I don't know. So anyway, have a good night, everybody. Coaches hang out. Everyone else, enjoy your evening.
All right. Thanks, everybody.